Beautiful day. Much love, everyone. Give me just a second. I'm going to type something. Um, and then I'll start. Um, I hope I'm being heard. I'm just going to go and know that I'm being heard. Okay. So I hope anybody that comes in here, if you guys can let me know. Hey, beautiful day, Miss Frosty. Beautiful day. Can you do me a favor? Can you let me know if you can hear me? I'll type it just in case. Okay. Oh no, don't want to do that. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, beautiful day. Much love to you, Miss Frosty, and to anybody else that may join. Thank you for, first of all, giving, we're talking about energy. So I appreciate anybody that gives me 5 seconds of their time, of their energy, whether they stay in for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, the whole time, not the whole time. I totally understand. People got things in life and going on, but I appreciate every single person that steps into here and that will listen after this live. So much love to you all. Before I begin, I am going to do what I always do because sometimes I end up talking about natural remedies and, healing with the things of nature and of herbs and essential oils and, sound healing and things like that. So I just want to let everybody know I am not a medical professional. If you have any questions about any of the natural remedies that I may speak about during this live stream, please contact your primary care provider or pediatrician for your little ones. Okay, with that being said, please take what resonates with you um, and take your rose petals and leave the thorns. Okay, that's all I ask. And if it resonates with you and you like it, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. But if you don't like it, please don't give it a thumbs up because when you like something on a platform virtually, you're giving your energetic thumbprint and energy to whoever you're liking. So you're attaching and inviting energy to you from them, and you're giving your energy. So make sure that you resonate with what I got going on before you hit that like button. I truly mean that because I do the same thing. I'm not just go like anybody's stuff. So anyway, much love. Go through the quick little comments that are here. Miss Frosty, thank you so much for being here. Beautiful day, Lisa Free. Much love to you. Really good seeing you. I took a break. It was supposed to be like a week or two. It's a day shy. It's a day shy of a week where I backed out of YouTube. Um, that's my only social media platform, but I backed out of YouTube and didn't watch anything. And I really want to say before I begin, I highly recommend that people do that. People take a break from these different platforms. We talk about cleanses, we talk about doing all these things, but we cannot forget to cleanse ourselves energetically from the things that we take in. And even though sometimes those things are, hopefully what you're taking in is beneficial to you or brings you peace, brings you, um, happiness or joy in a way, we still have to take a break from the virtual world because the system, they want us connected so much to this virtual world. Um, and when we voluntarily are connected so much to the virtual world, we're just opening up the opportunity to make it easier for them to put us more into the virtual world. Anyway, so it was really great for my energy. I got much clarity. I didn't realize how much of myself I was given to, not just YouTube, but even different like recipes I was looking up and things like that, projects from the kid for the kids and everything. So I took a step back from the net from YouTube. And for me, it brought me so much clarity. I'm gonna do that more often. But anyway, so the title is Energy Budget. I'm gonna take a drink, everybody. Hold on. Okay, the title is Energy Budget. And I have this playlist called My Mindful Moments for Myself. I think that's what it's called. And I have all these songs that are uplifting, encouraging, helps me remember who I am and my inner power and my inner strength, helps me to remember that it's okay when I'm not okay, helps me remember that my self-love journey and my healing journey is a journey and it's okay. If I have setbacks, like I said on the video about 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago, um, my energy kind of has been kind of wonky woo, and bringing myself back, having that little break. That was the first time I ever had like a break like that from anything. And so having that break, oh my gosh. Anyway, so this morning on my playlist, I was going to go another week. I have on the channel that I think next Friday, I'm going to do the depression video. Um, yeah, the depression video, I'll be here by myself, more focused and everything else. But as I was listening today to my list, this came on. It's called Energy Budget, and it's by Toni Jones. And so I'm going to go through the lyrics with you guys, and we'll stop and talk about it. But these lyrics are so powerful, about the importance of your energy. And so the power, and calling back your power, and to further to confirm that I needed to do this, or calling back the power, calling back my energy from people and things. I did my oracle read today from my Raise Your Vibration deck, and the two cards that came out was Shift Your Perspective and I Call Back My Power. So that was more than enough confirmation for me. So we'll go through here. Lisa and Miss Frosty, I really appreciate you guys being here. I'm looking forward to National Earth Walks from Main Center. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, guys. Okay, here we go. So here we go. These are the lyrics. And I put the song, or she's kind of like speaking over music, but I put the link in the description box. Here we go. I recall all my power and all my energy back to me with divine care. Whoever, whatever is living off of my light energy, run that back. Get your own. I'm emotionally gifted, and so I must guard that gift with wisdom and firmness. I'm going to stop right there. We're going to be stopping because I love what she said. First of all, I would call all my power back. I did that a long time ago when I first when I first separated from my ex-husband, and when so many things were going on in my own personal life with so many different people, family, so-called friends, and things like that. I took a step back and I said, because we leave energy behind. We leave energy behind. And for people that don't believe that, have you ever walked into a room where somebody who is like really nasty or ugly, and you were like, and you just know that they were in there because you could feel the energy, or you feel the energy of somebody that's so upbeat and they leave and you can still feel their energy? I know I have. And we also leave behind energy with people who we've had relationships with, people who we have been sexually active with. They hold an energetic part of us, whether we believe that or not. There's an energy attachment to that. So I called back all my energy from people about 2 years ago. And I think it's time for me to do it again. Anyway, she goes on to say, my openness is emotionally generous. I must be watchful. I'm seeing who are and who aren't skilled to receive. I receive what others' blind spots are, teaching me about budgeting my energy and setting them boundaries. This part right here I love because she talks about pretty much that she's peeping other people to see who is really worthy to receive her energy, who is worthy to receive your energy, who is worthy to receive my energy. Not everybody is worthy to receive your energy, you know. And like I said in I think in the description box, not all energy is good energy. And I don't want certain energies being poured on me. I don't want certain people watching me just so I can have numbers. I've gotten over the years, because I used to have no healthy boundaries with my energy. I used to have no healthy boundaries with my love. I used to have no healthy, I didn't know what a healthy boundary was. Um, so I would just fling it everywhere. You know, I was just flinging it to people. But it's so important to set those boundaries for yourself. It is precious. And just like, hopefully, I know I don't give my body to just everybody, any and everybody. So I have learned now I'm not just going to give my energy body, my energy self to any and everybody. And so I think about that first, honestly, and how that's going to affect me. And it's cost me some people in my life, physically and virtually. But I've learned that that's more important in the long run, because in the long run, all you have is you. In the long run, those people who you were people pleasing and having no boundaries for, they're going to be long gone. And you're going to be the one picking up the pieces of your broken heart, picking up the pieces and fragments of your energy while they're long gone. And you've given yourself so much over to them. So you have to think about yourself. And this is part of self-love. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Miss Frosty. Yes. Protect those pearls. Been there. When you are a giver, they will take and take. Honey, yes. I was such a people pleaser. Have I completely stopped? I find myself sometimes I've changed so much, but there are times I find myself stepping back into that pattern. And like I said, with everything else, it's not linear, it's a process. But honey, I've stopped people pleasing. People pleasing about killed me. Lisa, I tell you the truth, it about killed me. It put me in such a dark place. And at the end of it, the people that I was trying to please didn't even give a shit. Pardon my words, but it's true. They didn't give a care that I was broken. And as I'm talking about this, I know there's some people out there who are like, you're talking about the past and you're hurt of the past. You're being a victim. You're this. You can get over it. I understand not walking in a victim mentality, but we are talking about what has happened to us to bring us to today, and to bring us to the strength that we have in today. It's not victim mentality to talk about the things that we went through, to relate to other people so we can get an understanding of their perspective, and maybe something that I say or maybe something you guys say in the chat will help somebody else who may be going through the exact or similar situations. So it's not us walking saying we're victims. No, honey. It's us walking together, letting us know when we were walking, be it when we were victims, we had no healthy boundaries. When we were victims, we were people pleasing. Now we're saying we gave that up, and we have a better understanding of why it's important to have these boundaries, and to say that we're not victims, we're overcomers, and we are overcomers, and our strength comes from that. I hope that makes sense. Okay, anyway. I love this. I have the right to tell people what they don't want to hear in the name of setting them boundaries. I will no longer exhaust myself on people who ain't listening. I'm done with people pleasing and the attachment to make everyone happy with me. I won't share how I used to. I won't share how I used to. People wiser. I love that again. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that one again because I had to replay that again like 3 or 4 times for myself. I'm done with people pleasing and the attachment to make everyone happy with me. I won't share how I used to share. I people wiser. I people wiser. I understand how to people wiser now. I understand that me giving my everything and depleting myself is not worth somebody's approval. you know. So go through these. It is very hard to manage, Miss Frosty. It is very, and I had to learn the hard way as well. And see, and it's really nice to come on here and realize I wasn't the only, because sometimes when you talk about that, it's shameful. I'm in some parts, I'm so ashamed that I was people pleasing. And it caused me to be like a beggar. It caused me to chase after people, and that's shameful to me. And but I overcame it. It's a battle. I've won, but there's still little remnants there that I have to battle, but it's better than it used to be. This is so important going forward with all the changes come. Exactly. Yes, we're overcomers. Love it. Yeah. Sometimes the hard way make it stick. I'm gonna put that in my quote book. I love quotes, Lisa, and I'm gonna put that in my quote book. Sometimes the hard way makes it stick. Okay. I know how people pleasing isn't love, but it's fear. I am magnificent at releasing expired emotional ties to how I structure my life with people, knowledge, money, friends, nutrition, health of my body, love, and time. I'm free from over explaining and justifying my choices. My cutoffs aren't personal, they're spiritual. I love that right there. I love what she said about releasing expired emotional ties. Sometimes we keep ourselves tied to, and I'm gonna say this because I had a conversation earlier with somebody, and I have a whole thing about breaking toxic blood ties. There are people still think, and this could be just me thinking this, but just because me and you share the same bloodline, I do not have to tolerate you disrespecting my healthy boundaries, disrespecting me, not when I don't have to tolerate your toxic traits that you don't want to acknowledge or heal. I don't have to tolerate you taking out all your negativity on me. I don't have to tolerate being a doormat for me. I don't care if we share the same bloodline. And so when she says release and expired emotional ties, sometimes we stay connected with people because they are our bloodline, or because I've known you for 25 years, or we were friends since we were 2 years old. You know what I'm saying? Leaving word but listening. Be careful, Miss Frosty. Saying that we have some type of emotional tie, and within yourself that y'all are not vibing, your frequencies are not matching anymore. And that it's time for you to cut those ties. I'm so tired of hearing, but that is your mother, but that is your father, or that's the father of your children, or that's the mother of your children, that's your sister, that's your brother, that's your cousin, that's cousin, brother, sister, baby, father, mother are toxic. And if they're toxic for my well-being, I have every right to cut them out of my life if I've explained and talked to them about the hurt they've caused me, and communicated in a way to say, hey, what can we do better? Not putting all the blame on them, but saying, hey, what can we do better? And explain that you've hurt me, you're hurting me in this way. What can come on? I'm explaining this to you. And so I don't care. And if the person, if he cared about me being the mother of his child, then he wouldn't treat me this way. If she cared about me being her daughter, she wouldn't treat me this way. Or if he cared about me being her, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not fixing it. If they can't care enough about me and say, well, this is the mother of my children, or this is my daughter, or this is my sister, so I need to stop disrespecting them. I need to stop hurting them. I need to stop backstabbing and backbiting them. If they can't stop that for me, I'm not fixing to do that I'm not fixing to sacrifice myself in the name of some title. I deserve better than that, and you deserve better than that. Okay, fam, I don't even want to get started on that. But releasing expired emotional ties is very important. I'm free from over explaining. Being a people pleaser, I found myself overly explaining. I didn't call you. I didn't answer the phone because my toddler was doing this, and then I got distracted, and then I don't feel like going out tonight because I have a headache and I took medicine, but I don't want to go with you tonight because I'm tired. Okay, we got to learn that we don't have to always explain ourselves, or when you cut somebody off, you know I'm tired of telling you the same thing. You're hurting me. You physically abusing me, emotionally abusing me. I don't have to explain that to you. Okay, there's an article. I have something that I want to start next Sunday. Well, it's already up on the channel, but it's like Sundays with Sunkiss, something where we go over quotes and articles. And there's an article that talks about 10 things that you don't have to justify to anyone. That might be my first article that I do. Yeah, my family did not honor boundaries. We go our own way now. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm there right with you. I'm there right with you. And I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be alone. Um, then I've had family and friends and everyone, a house full of people. I've said this before in a short of mine, where I had a house full of people and family and friends and always having get togethers, but I felt so alone. I'd rather be alone and truly be alone than be with people that really don't want me around. And so I feel you, Lisa. My cutoffs aren't personal, they're spiritual. I love that part. Anyways, I call back all energies that belong to me. I'm not the caretaker of those who want to stay asleep. I release the programming of being overly responsible for the happiness of others. Um, I love what she said right here. I release the programming. And when I thought about that, I thought about, you know, we talk about the matrix. We are living in a matrix system. I don't give a care what anybody says. I love how he goes into great depth about how the matrix system is parasitic on a microscopic level, physical level, and even beyond the veil of what we call death. Um, I love how he goes into that. And I love and we all have these matrix programming. And as I was sitting there absorbing and thinking about what she was saying, releasing the program, and it's such a program for us to be overly responsible, for us to take on everybody. That's a program that I think they design and make it cater to certain people who are people pleasers. You know what I'm saying? Okay, alone is better than alone in a crowd. I think it's in one of my community posts. It's a quote by Robin Williams. I'm totally paraphrasing, but he said that he used to think his greatest fear was being alone, but he realized that it was being alone with people. I can't remember it. Anyway, I can't remember it. Hey, Mary, beautiful day. Beautiful day. I hope you and your babies are doing well. There we go. But anyway, it's programming, and I'm going to go more into and when I do the I'm trying not to say a lot. I say um when I do the depression stream, I'm going to go connect how we're functioning with depression in this matrix system, and the roles the programs of the matrix system plays with our depression. So anyway, the divinity in me, you know what's up. Tell me who I should share my intimate energy with. I focus my energy on who sees me and skillfully respects me, not those who are skilled in choosing their false stories about me. I notice and accept when there is an unequal energy exchange. I have more mental real estate when I release people. I like what she said here about, oh look, oh, we're doing mountain now that summer is over. I know that's right. Thank you so much, Mary. We're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Um, I let's see. I release people I bonded with through my trauma self and not through my healing self. I love that because there's a difference when you're in your wounded state of being, like I call it, when you're walking in your wounded masculine energy, your wounded feminine energy, or walking in your trauma, unhealed trauma, it's a different version of yourself. And in that version of myself, I can say for myself, I had, like I just said, I had no boundaries, and it was I had different energies that I was allowing in, and I tolerated, and different behaviors that I tolerated. um so she says, I release people I'm bonded with through my trauma self, and I let a lot of those people go, the people that I was connected with when I was walking in my wounded trauma filled self and not through my healing self. Yet I am deeply grateful for the hidden gifts that divine used them for to help me see my worth. I speak the law of reciprocity and mutual exchange in my most intimate relationships. I love that. No longer will I tolerate in the relationships that I have. And when I say relationships, I'm not just talking about, oh, me and my partner or the intimate relationship. I'm talking about friends. Even if you reconnect with different family members, I don't tolerate um the unequal energy exchange. If you're pouring more and more and more and more and more and more and more into a person or into people than what they're giving you, it's an unequal exchange of energy. And if it's something that just always happens all the time, you got to step back and reevaluate that. You really do. um let's see. Let's see. I know how misalignments aren't personal, but vibrational. Let's see what this says. So true. The system keeps people in a state of self-sacrifice, and that bleeds over to the personal line. And that's so true, Mary, because just think about, even just think about this. We're going to get into the matrix right now. Just think about this matrix system, and think about the systems of control that we call religions. Okay, not pinpointing one, I'm talking about them all, because in them there's this need to self-sacrifice yourself. There is this need to put yourself on the back burner, or put yourself at the bottom while you carry the weight of everyone upon you, even when your back is breaking, even when your legs are cracking, even when your heart is bleeding, even when you're screaming at your lungs that you can't take anymore. People are like, well, you have to sacrifice this. You have to do this to be a kind-hearted person. I'm going to tell you, just because when you put yourself first and you stop allowing other people to mistreat and mishandle you, that doesn't make you a not so good person. To me, that makes you the best person, because self-love is the best love. And in order for you to truly love other people the way that is true love, that, and people get hung up on the word, but giving that true energy and frequency of love, it starts within you. So that's why self-love, healing, and all this stuff we talk about over here is so important. And I said that to say that the religions of the system teach us from a very early age that we have to sacrifice. I may add the declarations. My daily love, okay. Yes, do that. And me too. Self-love equals strength. Exactly. Let's see, where am I? Let me take a drink while I find where I am. For my emotional health, I create healthy boundaries for myself. I cast away the curse of suppressing my emotions. I did that so much, where I suppressed how I was feeling. I am free from internal violence toward my feelings. How I feel is a part of fulfilling my purpose. I explore healthy relationships between my emotions and boundaries. If they feel like home and if they feel safe to be around, I spend more time with that type. I'm learning how to interpret people's energy, especially those I love. I emit my own frequency and monitor how much energy I absorb from events, social media, texting, conversations, entertainment, and thinking. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that one more time. Let's see what Mary said. Creating homestead. The only way to start loving others is to love yourself. Exactly. I'm going to say this. I'm learning how to interpret people's energy, especially those I love. I emit my own frequency and monitor how much energy I absorb from events, social media, texting, conversations, entertainment, and thinking. And we were just saying, and I just said, took a little bit of break from the internet, not just YouTube, but from the internet in itself, and paying attention of how much energy, even though it may be good, but how much energy we're absorbing on these social media sites, energy that we're absorbing as we're searching the internet. Be mindful of that for yourself and for your well-being. Okay? Nobody can do that for you but you. I attract connections where my love languages are valued, explored, and met. I'm going to say that one more time. I attract connections where my love languages are valued, explored, and met. And I say that, I don't know if you guys know about, what is his name? But he wrote this book called The Five Love Languages. Of course, there's more love languages, but me personally, since I was a child, my ultimate love language is time. If you spend, and that goes from a partner to my parents, to my children, to friends, or whatever. Even now, you guys spending this time with me and we're having a meaningful conversation, y'all are pouring into me with pouring into my love language. My love language is time. And so I put up with a lot of people. I'm telling you, the majority of people in my life in times past, it makes me ashamed, but I'm going to say it. I tolerated them not respecting my love language, even when I told them my love language, my ex. And so I'd be like, I just want some time, not all your time. If you give me 10, 15 minutes of good, personal, in-depth conversations, or sit with me and we can just sit in silence, but that silence is very intimate. And I'm not talking about all nitty-gritty intimate, but that intimacy between two people. And that sometimes me and my children will lay on my bed and we won't say anything, and we're just wrapped into all four of us are on this bed and we're not saying anything, but we're pouring into each other our energy we feel each other's love. We're giving of our time, our space, and energy. That's important to me. So you attract connections where your love language, and some people's love languages are gifts. They love gifts, affirmations, serving, things, touch. When you know what your love language is and you express that to people and people can't validate that for you, even if it's a little bit, come on now. I'm on a budget and I got to keep that same energy no matter what. I surround myself with emotionally mature allies that are strong when I am vulnerable. It's so nice to have somebody in your life when you are weak, I don't want to say weak, but when we go through things in our life and we're not always at our best and we're not always at our strongest when we go through things in this matrix. Sometimes you need somebody to lean on. Okay. And that doesn't make you weak. That doesn't make you a tool of the matrix to need companionship or to need someone to lean on. You know what I'm saying? So if you have one or two, a couple of people in your life that can be your strength when you're vulnerable, I say make sure you keep them people, cherish them people, value them people, and tell them people or that person how much they mean to you. Because it's a beautiful, rare thing to have somebody actually truly have your back, at least for me. I vow not to play nice, to be named nice. My circle got like a lowercase o. And I put in there, I put for me, my circle is like the size and shape of a Cheerio. My circle used to be so big, like a hula hoop, and now my inner circle is the size of a Cheerio. Okay, let's see. Let's read these. Sorry, guys. Read that energy, okay? You know what? Put me in check because it wasn't me. My dogs are showing me my love language was in chaos. Wow, Mary. Wow. Dogs are something else. Dogs and our animals that we have are something else. And they're soul beings too. They have energy. They feel energy. They feel when it's chaotic. They feel, you know what I'm saying? People can feel your energy. That's deep, Mary. I feel like dogs can teach us. I feel like they can teach. We don't always have to have words to learn something. I watch the ants, and you know what the ants teach me? They don't even notice me. They don't speak. They're not speaking anything. But when I watch the ants, I love how they move together. I love how they move in teamwork. I love how if I watched these three ants, one was struggling with whatever it was that it was carrying, and two stopped what they were doing and came and helped this ant carry the load the rest of the way. And I watched in amazement, and it taught me the importance of teamwork. It taught me the importance of that ant that was struggling. It's okay to ask for help sometimes. I will admit I'm independent to my own detriment sometimes. But I'm like that because I've been let down so much that I hate asking people for anything. I hate asking people for stuff. Either because they'll throw it in my face, they'll ignore me, or they'll make fun of me, or they'll hold it over my head. So I've come to learn to and the things that people have done for me, they've done for themselves. Like, you know, the major things I talk about, like that have happened to me, I hate asking people for stuff. So that ant taught me it's okay to ask for help. So yeah. Ooh, my pack included will taught me a lot and had my back always. Yeah. My rusty brew, I've said it so many times. Um, he always got my back. Funny, my pack began with the dingo mixed dog. The nature of the wild animal is stunning. Yes, the wolf is amazing. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong. People work together without. Hey there, Frosty Broccoli. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. And I do thank you. You've always had you've had my back, Brett. And even with the quick like or share or whatever, I appreciate you. I appreciate Miss Frosty, y'all's energy. And the people that have come over from your community so much. It brings tears to my eyes. And I just want you to know that I appreciate that as well. So thank you, and be careful while you're working. Much love to you. I still struggle for asking for help because everything you just said, of course, it's, and I used to wonder when I was younger, and I'm coming from a woman's point of view, I'm like, why is that woman like don't want no help, or she's so prideful, or she's like this? Not that I refuse to be bitter. I refuse to let any hurt that I feel turn me bitter. I don't want to have a bitter heart. I'm not going to allow anybody's energy to close my heart off from the energy and frequency of love that I feel, and know that that's one reason why I'm here. Because I love feeling this way. But I used to sit back and wonder, but I have a big understanding now over the 40 years that I've been on this plane of existence, why people and why there are women that are just like, I'm independent. I don't need your help. I don't want your help. Leave me alone. Because that woman might have been effed over so many times, and especially not trying, her heart has probably been hurt by a guy, hurt by family, and let down. So she's like, I have no choice but to trust in myself. I have no choice but to trust in myself, because when I allow myself to trust in others, every time I got let down. So it's a defense mechanism. I understand that. I truly understand that. I don't want to be like that. I'm not going to be like that, but I can tell you, I understand the perspective, especially a woman's perspective. When I see an older woman saying, no, I got it, I don't need no help, I understand why she says that. Am I going to take that route? No, I don't want to close myself off. I'm trying. I have trust issues. Being open, I have so many trust issues because of a very toxic mother-daughter narcissistic relationship. I have trust issues because of the exes. I have trust issues because of family and so-called friends. I have trust issues because of things that happened to me in the military, and they let me down. Like, I have trust issues, and it's hard when you're trying. I don't even, and to be honest, I have, my trust issues are so great. It's hard. I don't even want to be friends with, I want a friend, but I don't want a friend. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something I'm working on, because I have major trust issues. I have been hurt by those that were closest to me, and those that I've given my all to. I have been hurt. So it is hard for me to just extend a hand or extend my heart, because I don't want to pick up the pieces of my brokenness again. It took me so long, and it's a process that I'm still going through. And I've come so far, and to allow yourself to be vulnerable is a big thing. Hey, Gretchen, beautiful day. Oh my goodness. Let me get through these comments and I'm gonna get to you, Gretchen. Oh, Frosty. Yeah, yes, no bitterness. They have anger. True. Just said that today. I got this, and I'm not a quitter. Exactly. Lisa, I mean, Mary, you might well, y'all all might like the other thing that she wrote. It's called "I Got This." Self-love has eased my resistance with others. I know limits and honor them. Yeah. But yes, Gretchen, it's so nice to see you. Much love. Yes, Lisa. I know what you mean by that. I don't want any friends, and at the same time, I do. It's hard. It is hard. It's like, dang. I want to reach out. I want that connection, but is it worth it? It's an everyday battle, and I'm trying. I'm a work in progress. I think we're all works in progress, and I think we've all been hurt to some degree, that we all have trust issues in ways. And the sad thing is, I try not to even bring that into the relationships I form, and that's partnership, and that's also friendships. So I feel that I cannot take too many risks now, but I know the recovery and that's the sad thing. Like, you're like on your own during the recovery process. And no, you're the one crying at night. You're the one bleeding and hurting and being misunderstood. And you're like, and I was the one that extended my hand. What the hell? Okay. Let me take a drink of my water that I poured my energy and my love and gratitude over, and beautiful intent for healing for myself and my body. I spoke that into my water. Anyway, girl, where am I at? Okay, hold on. And I love it. I love it here. I'm laughing because I have no clue what's here, but God dog it. I'm gonna get curious, lean into it, like I know it will be all good for me, good for us. People in my life. I have people in my life, and I put in here me. I have very few people in my life. I don't have to examine, to reposition in my life. I am honest with who's really got what it takes to connect with me and what I offer to the connection. And that's something else. I want deeper connections than I guess normal. Um, I don't want the superficial, oh girl, I'm fixing to talk and gossip about everybody. I'm fixing to talk so and so sleeping with so and so, or I wanna bed this guy. I want to do this. I want deep conversations. And not saying that there aren't moments of laughter, but I want to be able to hold a conversation at my depth and not be looked at crazy. I want to be able to say the matrix and talk about the matrix and talk about parasitic things and talk about things with a good girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And not have them look at me crazy. That's one reason why I don't even belong to a lot of homeschool, different things, because the mothers get into their own sect. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to sit around and talk about all this lollygaggy stuff. There's more to life than this. Not that we can't talk about this at times, but I want deep stuff. I want meaningful conversations. I'm 40 years old. I don't have time for the chit chat like that. Okay. It's nice to have this place where we can work together. It really is. It's nice to be able to come here and express this and have people understand what I'm saying or what I'm going through. And you guys have gone through these things and experiencing these things, because it makes us feel less alone. Yeah, they call me crazy. They call me crazy, paranoid. What's that one, conspiracy theorist, everything. And when I'm so, especially with my kids, we're talking about energy here. When you have little ones, you are responsible for their energy. I don't let my babies just hang out and go to any and everybody's house. That's one thing my grandma taught me. You can't just go to everybody's house, and you can't just let anybody in your house. And that's the same thing virtually. You cannot just go sit in certain people's live streams, and you can't, and it's, well, you can't control who watches you, but you know what I'm saying? So I don't just let my children just go anywhere. I am very protective of their energy as well, because that's a responsibility as parents we have to take. And so many people only think we just have to feed and clothe our children. No, we're responsible physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically for these children. Otherwise, they're going to grow up being so either not healed, being wounded, being abused, being so toxic because they push things under the rug. The parents don't want to hear them, and they grow up and be so toxic, and they go out and they put it on to friendships, or they find a partner and they become abusive, or they allow themselves to be abused. It is important for us to understand that as parents. And to the parents out there listening, just because your kid is a kid, your kid has a voice. Your child has a voice. You need to honor their feelings. If your child feels a certain way, that's how they feel. Not saying that you have to do what they tell you to do, but don't dismiss your child's feelings just because they're your child. Okay? And even people with grown children, just because I'm grown, I'm not going to dismiss my children's feelings even when they are grown, just because I'm their mother. You having a title over me, or me having a title, doesn't give me the right to disrespect you or for them to disrespect me. Healthy boundaries, okay, come before any of that. Oh yeah, so hard to have friends when we think outside the box. Okay. Hey Heather, beautiful day. Much love to you. I hope you're doing good. I thought about you last night, Heather. And when I did, I sent out love to you. I frequently think about you guys, y'all's names, y'all's faces or avatars come to me, and that's what I do. Okay. That's right. Oh gosh, it feels so good. I almost didn't go live today, guys, but I have the time, I have the space, I have the energy. So that's very true. I was not allowed to be in everybody's house, not even my, okay, which was literally next to each other. Okay. That, and I've gotten, Gretchen, I've been told by family members and other people that I do too much because I don't. And you know what? Because I don't allow my children around certain energies, around certain people. I don't care if they are family. If you know they're toxic, okay, If you know they're toxic, and if you know you're healing from some of the toxic traits and behavior from that family member, why are you go send your child over there? Why am I gonna, if I was wounded in the war in my chest, why am I gonna take my child that I love, who I would die for, who I would just absolutely with no hesitation die for? Why would I put them in front and set them out to be hurt again so they can go through the healing process that I've had to come work through for 40 years, So people do not visit me since I asked them to turn off phones while here crazy. Okay. Girl, people don't visit me either. But it's all good. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so let's get back. But I love the conversation. I really, really do. And like always, if you guys ever want to join me, y'all, I don't do open panels. I don't do that. And that's a boundary because of certain things that happened a year or two ago. I set a healthy boundary for myself virtually, and I'm sticking by that. But I don't want to not let anybody join in the conversation. But if you guys ever want to join me on a topic, please email me and we can exchange stuff. And then I'll send you the link the day before. But if not, no pressure. I love having you guys in the chat. Okay, so where am I? Okay, I'm honest with who really got what it takes to connect with me and what I offer to connection on some real ish. My worth is not based on how much I give. Okay, even if I misinterpret it, or even if I interpreted or I'm misunderstood, I know I'm not being distant. I am now gravitating to the vibes that best suit my energy. I am picky who I allow into my inner courts. I am picky who I allow into my inner court. You should be very picky about who you allow into your inner courts. And I'm going to say it like this. If you are picky, I hope the people that are listening are picky and aren't just giving themselves over in sexual relationships. But if you are picky about who you allow yourself, and as women, I'm going to say this, if you're picky about who you allow to enter into you physically, why are you not picky about the energies that you are allowing to penetrate your energy body? It's just as important. It is just as important, if not more important, because your energy, it strikes your energy first. You feel people's energy before they open their mouth. I can feel who you are. At least for me, I know. I can feel who you are and your intentions before you speak. And when you're speaking, if your words are not aligning with your energetic presence, I feel that. Sometimes I don't say anything. Sometimes I just let it ride. But I feel your energy even before you speak. Okay. Let's see. I am my own verification. I embrace learning. Girl, let me see this. Okay. relation intelligence to enrich how I relate and invite others to relating deeper, even if parts of me are still tender. I like that. It kind of goes back to what we were saying about, even though we're tender with all the hurt and things that when we were talking about, oh, I want a friend, but I don't want a friend, how it relates to, relating to each other and maybe even extending out that hand of friendship, even though we're still tender. I like that. Let's see. Let's go through. I'm trying to stay up. Oh, thank you so much. Lisa, thank you so much. Lyra. Oh, much love to you, Lyra. I'm gonna go but listening on one. Just like much love to you, Lyra. Good to see you. Let's see. I'm surrounded only by others who feel like honey. And there's nothing wrong. People say, oh, you just want God mind. No, I want to surround myself. For my growth, I've said this before, I'm trying to grow. So in order for me to grow properly, I need to surround myself with energies that's going to help me grow, help me understand myself, challenge me, show me things and understanding of deeper things that I'm searching for. I'm not fixing to go befriend somebody that's going to pull me back down. If I am an eagle, I'm not fixing to befriend a chicken, because chickens don't fly. Okay? Chickens peck at the ground. Chickens look at the ground and peck at the ground and maybe only dream of flight. I am an eagle. I'm soaring, and I cannot soar with the weight of chickens on my back. Okay? Um, okay, let's see. I came in from the garden. Very sweet. I love this talk today. Oh, much love to you. Okay. Say people do not always agree. Exactly. Do not always agree, but I listen because I know they got me. Exactly. We don't always have to agree. We don't even all have to come from the same, we don't even all come from, we're different colors, we're different ages. Some of us have children, some of us don't. Some of us, like I always say, some of us have experienced military life, some of us don't. Some of us have experienced tragedy, but our love for deeper and meaningful conversations and connections, and our search for truth, and how the depth that we want to keep going, and how we question things and we're not satisfied with just staying in one perspective. I love how Ian always talks about looking at and being able to sit in different perspectives. I absolutely love that. That is why we are here, and it's a beautiful, safe place to be, knowing that other people kind of feel the same way you do, and you can ask a question or you can bring up something and you won't be called a fool or crazy. you know that's one thing about the virtual world I do love and appreciate. It has connected us from different parts of this plane of existence, and brought us together, so I appreciate that so much. um You see, I always start talking and I forget. Okay, I have the wisdom to see through agendas, to play any individual or collective racial, or anybody that tries to play any collective racial wounds against me, against my emotional energy and free thinking. The power within me is stronger than the 1% that attempts to control my energetic wealth and my well being. My energy is the truest wealth in existence. I agree to that, because if it wasn't if my energy, your energy, if our energy wasn't so valuable and sought after, these energy beings, these energetic parasites, and if our energy wasn't so sweet and luscious to them, they would not be doing the things that they're doing to manipulate us, to loose us, to trick us, to mind wipe us, and to keep bringing us back here. So our energy is very, 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 very precious. Okay. This is my truest identity, and no one can tell me otherwise. And then she says in 2019, mine was 2021, really, was a launch pad to my truest thrive ever. I'm selective where I place my emotional resources and jewels. That you should be. I open up to only those worthy of my trust. I'm going to say that again. I open up to only those worthy of my trust. I'm worth connections that have spiritual depth, what we were just talking about. I no longer have to be the strong one, the spiritual one. I have accepted the aligned tribe. I now know that toxic energy of those close to me are not alchemized by my spiritual relationship with myself and kindness toward them. With the swiftness and humility, I bow out of that and let their life be their teacher. I love that right there, because right there, she says that she no longer has to be the strong one. She don't have to play into that role, that people pleasing role, being the spiritual one, the one to always that everybody turns to. She has accepted her aligned tribe. And she knows that the toxic energy of her family, we know that the toxic energy of our family, or maybe those close to us, if you have a great family, blessed be to you, bless you, and enjoy that. But she knows that where she is and the energy she's giving off to them, they're not alchemizing it. They're not using it for their benefit. They're actually using it against her. And so she says, with the swiftness and humility, she bows out of that and let their life be their teacher. Let their life teach them. It's not for you to teach them. It's not for me to teach them. Because when we were speaking, they didn't want to hear. I love you. I can love you and love you from a distance. And just because I don't want to have any physical ties with you doesn't mean I don't have love for you in my heart. But I got to move on, honey. So I love that part right there. Let me take a drink, guys. Let me see what you guys are saying. And I might be here for a while. Usually I only do an hour live, hour and a half, but I might be here for a while, guys. We'll see. Energetic wealth. Love that. Observe patterns first. Extend trust second. Exactly. Yep. That discernment. She goes on to say, I love people, but my energy my energy tolerance budget is hella bougie. I love it. I love that part right there. I'm sorry. I listened to that like 6 times. Like, I'm not even joking. I love people, but my energy tolerance budget is hella bougie. I'm bougie with my energy. I am bougie. That's the only thing I'm bougie about in life. I'm not materialistic. I don't have name brand this. And if I do, it's rare. I'm not trying to be flashy this. I shop at secondhand stores. And also cleanse them when I bring things home. But I shop at thrift stores. I'm not bougie about anything in my life except for my energy and the energy and love and attention I give to people. Because now I know. Now I know. So I'm very bougie with my energy. I got to watch my budget on this energy here. Okay, that's the end of the song. But I do, of course, like always, I have quotes. So we're going to get in these quotes. But that's the end of the song. And for those that are tuning in and didn't hear at the beginning, we went over, it's this song called, I don't want to say it's a song. She speaks this over music, which I absolutely love. I love her. Her name is Toni Jones. And the song is called Energy Budget. I put it in the description box. And so what she said was very powerful. And then when I did my oracle read today, the first line in her song is called I Recall All My Power. The card that I drew that fell out for me today when I did my oracle read with my Raise Your Vibration oracle deck was I call back my power and shift your perspective. So that was confirmation for me. So anyway, let me go to these. We have quite a few quotes. So I'm enjoying this, guys. Uh-oh, I lost myself. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. There we go. Know your worth and tax. Okay. Me too. My energy is precious. Much love to you, Lisa. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving of your beautiful, loving energy. So much gratitude to you. Okay. Yes, I have quite a few. I have some quotes on energy. I have some quotes on self-love. And then I have some quotes on people pleasing. Let's see. Here, we're going to do energy first. I love this one. I compose my own vibration. Emotions happen, but feelings are fed. I honor what my emotions have come to tell me, and I embrace my power to feed the feelings that I want to stick with. I am the composer of my inner harmony. I love that. I am the composer of my inner harmony. And so here's another energy. Here's another energy one. Let me get a drink. I'm having drama today. You can't control how other people receive your energy. Anything you do or say gets filtered through the lens of whatever they are going through at the moment. Just keep going. Just keep doing your thing with as much love and integrity as possible. That's a good way also to protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to you. Protect your energy. We said that so many times. Not everybody deserves it. Protect your safe space and energy. Invest in people and in things that you know will feed you just as much goodness as you do to them. And I've heard some of these quotes I had, and I did not write who said them, so forgive me. Practice the art of observing and not absorbing. Protect your energy. I like that. I've learned that over the past, especially over the past year. Practice the art of observing and not absorbing. Absorbing. Protect your energy. A few ways I protect my energy is not forcing myself to stay in spaces that feel like my presence is not being valued or acknowledged. A few ways I protect my energy is not forcing myself to stay in spaces that feels like my presence is not being valued or acknowledged. If you're in a space like that and you know you're not being valued, don't torment yourself. Don't stay. People are vessels of energy. Be careful who you interact with, who you let in your heart space, and who you let in your heart space. Energy transfer is real. Be mindful of who you share your energy with and who you give it to. And that's a quote I got from Pinterest. Let's see. Okay, people pleasing. These are a quote about people pleasing. I said this so many times, and I'm going to say it again. Stop crossing oceans for those who won't even jump over a puddle for you. That is another way for you to protect your energy. That is another way for you to protect your energy. Stop willing to cross the ocean for those who don't even want to jump over a puddle for you. Let's see. Balance out of situations takes away energy too, because of how much the energy takes away from you to do that. It also makes you be in agony temporary. Yeah, but if you're in a situation, I can only speak. Beautiful day, good to see you, Omar. If you're in a situation, I can only speak from my experience. I was in a very toxic marriage where there was physical abuse, where there was neglect, where there was no value to my feelings, no value to who I was as a spouse, and as a person. And it's not like I was out there running the street. I was very attentive, serving. And I'm pretty sure there are things that I could have done better. So I'm not going to be like, I'm throwing the blame on him. But the majority of blame is the person and the toxic behavior energies they chose to take in and take out on me. So I could have stayed in that toxic energy because it was more comfortable. And for a long time, that's why I stayed. But then I realized, because I have 3 beautiful children, that I can't continue in that. So it did take a whole lot of energy to get out of that situation. There was so much, I was afraid. How am I going to make it on my own? I was a stay-at-home mom. How is this going to look to people? How, all these questions and these things that were holding me back energetically. And yes, it was such a hard time emotionally. It was such a dark time emotionally. But now on the other side, I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better. I recognize that I need emotional boundaries. I need healthy boundaries in my life. So it's so true what you said. It does take energy for you to take that step in creating change in those situations. It takes energy, and you're going to hurt. I'm not going to say it's not going to be easy. You're going to hurt. You're going to feel lonely. People are going to turn against you. People are going to backbite and talk so bad about you. You're going to be misunderstood because nobody has walked in your shoes, Omar. But in the long run, it will better suit you. Carrying toxic people and toxic relationships for the sake of comfort is never good, because you're stifling who you truly are. You're allowing it to happen, you know? But I agree with you. You will be in agony, but I'm glad. Toxic family from partner is so horrible for me though. Yeah. And sometimes it still brings up, I'm not completely over that. There's still pain, you still think about that pain. Somebody may say something, you may get a memory flashback that sends you back to that toxic situation, sends you back to that abuse. And that's why I said healing is not linear. Your self-love journey is not linear, but it's a journey. And don't beat yourself up if you fall, or if those moments catch you, Let's see. Okay, what did I say? Okay. Okay, people pleasing. We're at people pleasing. Don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone around you. I had to learn that the hard way. Like I said earlier, the people that I was people pleasing in those moments, what Omar just said, at the moment of agony, the moment of my darkest hour, the moment when I needed someone the most, and the people that I'd always raised up and people pleased, they were nowhere to be in sight, except for there were a few people who I people pleased, and they were the ones jumping on top of me with knives in my back. So stop asking why they keep doing it and start asking why you keep allowing it. That's something I had to learn with people pleasing. Givers need to set limits because takers rarely do. Givers need to set limits. And I love giving. I'm going to say something. I love giving. I love serving, and it's just in my nature. But I've been in situations where people have just taken advantage and I didn't say anything. I love that aspect of myself. I love giving. And just because you love giving, that doesn't give that doesn't give anybody the right to take advantage of that. So givers need to set limits because takers rarely do. The only reason people take you for granted is because they assume you'll always be there. Prove them wrong. I love that quote. And that quote was from livelifehappy.com. The only reason people take you for granted is because they assume you'll always be there. Now, I'm going to say this. I take for granted. I think to some degree, we take people in our lives for granted. We have those moments. But I'm talking about this is an everyday thing. They don't appreciate you. They don't honor you. They don't express they love you. They're never there for you. You're always there. I'm talking about moments like that. I'm not talking about where we have moments and we take each other for granted in your relationship, or you take each other for granted in your family or your friendships. But these are the people that truly don't respect you. The only reason people take you for granted is because they assume you'll always be there. Prove them wrong. Show them. That's something else my grandma said. I can show you better than I can tell you. So allow me to get up and leave. Okay, we're down to the self-love quotes. Through moving on. That's right, Mary. We're here with the love quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think there's 4 or 5 quotes, but they're short. Be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. I need to hear this for myself. Be there for others, but never leave yourself behind. Your heart is the only heart that you're going to have, that you've had from the start of your life and that you will have to the end. Please take care of it. One of the best guides to how to be self-loving is to give ourselves the love we are often dreaming about receiving from others. And that's a quote from Bell Brooks. Be your true love. Be your own true love first. Stop hating yourself for what you are not. Start loving yourself for what you are. I'm going to say it again. Stop hating yourself for what you are not. Start loving yourself for what you are. Treat yourself like someone you love. And that's a quote from Glenn Doyle. Okay, I'm going to end with this. And this is something I did about 1.5 years ago, and it liberated me so much. Some people may think this is weird. And if you think it's weird, then it's not for you. Because when I first heard this, I came back to it 6 months later because I was like, I'm not doing that. Okay, I ain't doing that. But as I grew in understanding, it came back around and I did it. I want to ask everybody a question. Have you ever looked in the mirror, looked at yourself, and said, I love you, blank, or I love you, Sunkiss, like you would tell your lover, or like you would tell your child? The love that you pour into your partner, the love that you pour into and over your children, the love that you give your parent or friend, or the love that our fur babies that we have, the love that we pour, we look at their faces and we say, I love you. I love you. And you really, truly mean that and you honor that. Have you ever looked in the mirror and looked at yourself, truly looked at yourself and said, I love you? Over a year and a half ago, there was this thread. I can't remember what it was, but let me show this comment before I continue. It's beautiful. Show others the inner strength and respect. They will be inspired. Oh, exactly. I agree so much with that, Heather. A year and a half ago, I came across this thread, and the person basically said, you need to stand naked in front of the mirror and stare and look at yourself. Don't look away from yourself. I found out later that I forgot her name. What the Sam Hill was that? I forgot what one of them celebrity type people had did this, and she probably saw the same thread. But anyway, look at yourself. Truly look at yourself naked. And they say naked because when we're naked, we're in our most vulnerable state. Be by yourself and be naked and truly look at yourself. Look at your curves. You're going to look away. If you truly do this, you're going to be, oh my God, I don't, at least I was like, oh my God, I'm not just to look at this. But as the days went on, I began to just stare at myself and appreciate myself. And I know that this vessel, this body is just a vessel, and we are not this vessel, but we are riding in this vessel. Okay. So we got to take care of this vessel. We got to show gratitude and appreciation for this vessel, because this vessel is what we have while we're here. So stand there and look at yourself. Look at them. For me, look at these stretch marks that I have from birthing 3 children. My body is not the same. I love it. And I mean that. Don't be ashamed of that. Look at all the beautiful gray hair that's flowing from your head, if that's what's flowing from your head. I looked at that. Look at every freckle. Look at every birthmark that you thought was cringe or people might have said. Look at cellulite. Look at the jiggle here. Look at the jiggle there. You might be toned up to tonetivity. Well, look at your toneness, okay? I'm not toned like that no more. Look at yourself and look at and examine everything that you have thought secretly within yourself that you have thought was wrong with you physically, and start embracing that. Start really embracing that and looking at that and appreciating the journey of maybe how you got there, and it's not going to be the same for everybody, and this may not be everybody's cup of tea. Sunkiss, you're a weirdo. I'm out. Okay, what is she talking about standing in front of there and naked? And after you've done that for a couple of days, you look in the mirror and you look at yourself. Look at yourself the way you would your lover, the way you would your man, the way you would your girl, the way you would your daughter, your son, your mother, your father, those that you have such a beautiful love for that you cannot express into words. And you look at yourself and you tell you, I love you. And I'm telling you, when I did that, it's going to make me cry now. I was crying because I had never done that before. And I never felt that before. And it was so liberating. And I felt stronger. I felt more alive, and I felt beautiful. And I didn't care. I didn't care about beauty standards or what people think is beautiful. I looked at my stretch marks and I was like, damn, I'm so happy. Look, I got these because I brought life here. Some people have their own feeling about what having children. Oh, well, I'm not talking to you. I embrace that. There are other things that you may be going on with you. Look at you and embrace and tell you that you truly love you the way that you would somebody else. You be your true love first. Okay. And so that's pretty much what I want to talk about today. I thought I was going to go longer, but let's see. I thought I was gonna go longer, but I'm not. um, I'm gonna end up going. I'm gonna do self-care tonight. You know, my babies aren't here, so I have some movies I like to watch. I don't. I When I watch movies, I'm always looking at. It's telling me this. It's showing me this. I don't get caught up in the entertainment part. So I'm gonna watch a movie because that's gonna do something for me. Um, After I get back from the store, take my shower, grab me something to eat, and I'm going to self-care, and I'm going to relax my mind. I'm going to relax my body. It's been a very busy week on my body, yard work and all this other stuff for myself and also with my daddy. So that's how I'm going to do. I encourage everybody to take a little bit of time, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's an hour, hell, if you can do a whole day, and love on yourself and appreciate yourself and tell yourself you're doing a good job. Okay. You don't need no validation from anybody else. And I had to tell myself that the past couple of weeks. I don't need no validation from nobody else. I got this. I am this. I am powerful. I am loved because I love me. Okay. And all the other love that I have in my life is like whipped cream and cherries and all that beautiful frosting that we're not supposed to have on top. Okay. So let's go through the comments one last time. She said, I say, can't say yes. I love you, Mary. Don't think I'm crazy. There we go. Oh, thank you so much, Heather. So much love to you guys. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your night, a beautiful weekend. I'm going to actually hang up my YouTube shoes until next Friday. I'm going to spend some time, another almost week away from YouTube again. It's so refreshing from YouTube and from the internet. I'm going to give it the whole week like I had planned, but I was inspired today. And then I will see you guys either in a live stream, or I will see you guys. I'll see you guys in a live stream in a chat somewhere, or I'll see you guys on Friday. I think it's Friday, where we go deep into depression. Now, next week's stream, I plan on being there for it might be a 2.5 hour stream. And I've only had one stream that was like over 2 hours. And that was the narcissistic mother stream. If y'all haven't looked at that and you've had a really rough relationship with your own mother and you've questioned whether it's narcissistic or not, I truly encourage you guys to check that out. But this one is so important, and it's a much needed discussion, because a lot of us deal with depression on different levels, different degrees, or we have dealt with depression. So this is very important to me. And so I took my last live down that I did with depression because I was kind of all over the place. I was saying a lot, and the energy wasn't there. And so I took it down, and I'm going to be more prepared, and I want to give better energy to this topic because it deserves it. And the people who deal with it deserve that. I have dealt with it. I deal with it, not as severe as other people, but I relate. So we're going to do that. We're going to start something on Sundays where I forgot the title of it, but on Sunday, probably around 10 a.m. Central my time, where I take an article about life, or dealing with things in life from, let's see, like an article like this. People who prefer deep conversations over small talk usually have these qualities, or 6 times you're not actually happy in your relationship, or 10 things you don't owe anyone an explanation for. Talking about things like that for our growth, for ourselves, talking about relationships, partnerships, talking about people that we shouldn't allow into our spaces, things like that, and quotes. So trying to do that on Sundays as well, because I have the time and space for that. We'll see how that goes. I hope I can make that a weekly thing. But anyway, enough of that. Let me get off of here. Much love to you guys. Y'all have a beautiful rest of your night. And much love. Self-love is the best love. Make sure you're overflowing in yours. And until we meet again, much love.